Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Playback Podcast. On this show, we talk all things film news and movie reviews. So if that's something you are interested in, be sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post every single week, so be sure to follow us there and stay updated with our content. I'm your host, Noah. I'm joined over here by my good friend, Haider Al-Naeem.
Hello, everyone.
And here's how the show is going to go. First, we're going to talk about some movie news. And then next, we're going to talk about the movie of the week. And finally, we'll get into some fun stuff at the very end of the episode. Haider, how are you today?
Oh, we're definitely stressed out today.
Yeah, I don't have the studio situated at the moment, but we started probably what was that, 45 minutes after we were supposed to?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So, like I said, movie news comes first all the time. We got a bunch of movie news, so let's just jump right into it. Do you want to say anything before we start?
No, just excited to talk about what we have today.
All right. So, first story of the day, John Wick has crossed $400 million. This is the highest grossing John Wick movie of the franchise, and it's very impressive because John Wick 1 has made, like $150 million, and then John Wick 2 made like $225. John Wick 3 made $370, and now John Wick Chapter 4 has made $400 million. And if you guys remember from the past episode, I ranked the John Wick franchise as getting better every single time. With every single movie, it gets better for me, and it looks like every single movie just makes more money. Haider, do you see them making like a John Wick Chapter 5 now? Because, spoiler alert for Chapter 4, John Wick does die at the end, and that is kind of like a perfect ending. So do you see them making a Chapter 5 now that this is such a huge box office success?
I could see them. They definitely left it open-ended for a reason. I could see them eventually getting back to it, but like they'd have to do that within the next 5 years. He is getting old.
He's getting very old, yeah.
Yeah, so like there's only so much time before they can decide to like. They're already doing spinoffs too, so.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too. I think that doing spinoffs is actually a really, really, really a good way of keeping the franchise alive without undercutting what John Wick went through in the fourth one. And then, yeah, like you said, he's getting old, but Keanu Reeves has stated in the past that he wants to keep doing them as long as the fans want him. And arguably, this is the most popular that the franchise has ever been. What are the spinoffs right now? We have the Continental,
Ballerina.
Ballerina's coming out with Ana de Armas.
I don't know, is it considered a spinoff or like a prequel?
Yeah, spinoff prequel. I mean, it's not like the main John Wick movie, so yeah, probably a spinoff.
The rest of them are sort of open ended. They're definitely talking about Kira because she was one of the main people. She was like one of the fan favorites from the movie.
Dude, I fell in love with her.
Yeah,
I fell in love with her so fast. It's not funny.
I would like to see a Tracker one because I think Tracker probably has the best story.
I would like Tracker to at least be involved in the Akira one, because I'm not too sure how good a Tracker movie would do at the box office. But if you just put both of them in the same movie with Donnie Yen, with Rina, and then with I don't know that guy's name, but if you put all three of them, Rina is Akira.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. If you put all three of them in it, I think that would make a lot of money too. So, but yeah, man, John Wick Chapter 4 has made the most money out of the franchise, and it is the latest film in the John Wick franchise. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Next story that we got is going to be the Super Mario Brothers. This made a shit ton of money as well. It has crossed $1 billion. What do you think? Why do you think it made so much money? And I feel like the answer is pretty easy here. I
mean, to me, it's their fan base is dedicated.
Yeah.
Every single time a game drops, it's one of the best-selling games. Every single time a new show or toys come out for it.
The toy market is very, very, very important.
And then they also, all the billboards I saw were also tagging it to like the Super Mario World opening up in Universal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So marketing was done very, very well on this movie, and it's a good movie because you can market a movie very well. You can have a dedicated fan base. If the movie's ass, they're not coming to it.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. I think number one, it's a kids movie, and it's made by Illumination, and they have a really good track record of, number one, marketing their movies very well, and number two, kind of just making good movies in general. This one, I thought, and we reviewed it. I didn't think it was as amazing as, like, let's say a Pixar movie or even like the Despicable Me movies. However, it's still a very enjoyable movie. It was fun, and I can definitely see why this made $1 billion. All right. The next story that we got here, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is opening up on May 4th, this Thursday, and I'm gonna be going at 6:20 p.m. I got my tickets already. I don't know when you're watching it.
Sometime before work.
Yeah. Damn, man. I'm going to be crying in the theater because I already know what the fuck is about to happen. I don't actually know. I have my predictions. However, the Rotten Tomatoes score has come out, and currently right now, if you can check it, but right now it's receiving positive reviews. Although some reviews are citing dark themes as a negative in their criticisms. I don't know how to feel about this because, number one, that's something that critics have been complaining about that Marvel doesn't do. What's the Rotten Tomatoes score?
After 119 reviews, 77%.
Okay, so it's at 77%. You're telling me that this movie is worse than Black Widow? Yeah, I don't understand Rotten Tomatoes at that point. But yeah, so like I was saying, I think that the darker themes is something that critics have criticized Marvel of not implementing in their movies for a really long time. They always say that the tone is always the same, but now it's being cited as a negative for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which, by the way, is the finale of James Gunn's Guardians trilogy. I would assume it's going to be a little darker than usual, you know what I'm saying? So do you think Marvel is ready to tackle... First of all, no, not even Marvel, because I know that they're ready. Do you think audiences are ready for darker themes in Marvel movies? Because, number one, Marvel has always been very happy. That's their, it's owned by Disney. And number two, DC has been pretty dark before in the past. However, they haven't been very successful with their universe either. So what do you think?
I think it's a little like they should have been doing this a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
We've already have a proven track history with darker movies doing very well in the box office. Deadpool, Logan,
mm-hmm.
movies like that. I do imagine this is going to be one of their best movies. This is just me being, a little biased. Marvel movies, it's marketed well. The reviews aren't bad, which is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
The worst they can say is it's a little too dark, which is only because they're so used to the Disney-fied, like, happy Marvel.
Disney-fied is crazy.
Fucking, sorry.
No,
but, like,
I've
Logan was a great fucking movie. Deadpool, they're funny movies to watch.
Uh-huh.
You can do dark and not make it like fucking Batman.
Yeah.
You can throw in, and they've been doing that. I don't know why everyone acts like Ego was destroying planets and just killing people because he wanted to.
There are definitely dark themes. I mean, even if you look at Thanos, right? I feel like him throwing Gamora off the mountain and you seeing her die like that, that's pretty dark too. You know what I'm saying? So
what did it cost?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Bucky killed Tony's parents in front of him.
Oh yeah, literally.
Like this is shit that's been happening for a while, and it's just because they don't care about hiding it now.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn's never gonna care about hiding that thing.
I want to read some of the. Sorry, let me fix my mic.
I want to read one that I just read.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Manic clawing for cool. That was it.
That was it.
That was the entire review. That's why I know people just hate. They're just hating on it. It's for fucking. It's trying too hard to be cool. It's essentially what they were saying.
Which is kind of crazy because I feel like Guardians were the cool superheroes in the MCU. So let's read some of the reviews here. This is on Rotten Tomatoes, so be warned. However, these are the top critics, so these guys do have some credibility. Jake Coyle from the Associated Press. Volume 3 is a messy, overstuffed, finale, but you rarely question whether Gunn's heart is in it. So that's a positive review, right? He gave it a 3 out of 4. You rarely question whether Gunn's heart is in it. To me, that's just saying that James Gunn knows his characters and he cares about his characters. He cares about this story. So that's a positive review. However, Michael O'Sullivan from Washington Post says it's a sweet and savory morsel of storytelling drowning in a puddle of special effects sauce. What the fuck does that even mean? For me, looking at the trailers, and I know not everybody watches the trailers, but for me, the special effects in this movie look great. They look better than Black Adam. They look better than Shazam. They look better than Ant-Man for sure. So I don't know. Here, let's try to find another negative review. Let's see. These aren't very long reviews either.
I can get you a top critic with a negative review.
Go ahead.
Christy Puchko from Mashable.
What's her name?
Puchko. I can't pronounce that last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's. I regret to inform you that Guardians of the Galaxy, as you know them, are dead. What remains in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are flickering remains of fun times and mostly molded on bullshit.
Whoa. Spoiler alert. What the fuck? Yeah, see, okay. I don't know whether to trust, because if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, like, their story, you know the emotion that's being set up for this finale. And I don't know. I just don't think not a lot of people understand it. Keep in mind, I haven't seen it, so I could literally go in there on Thursday and it's trash. But I'll report back to you on that. But I don't understand how this could possibly be worse than Black Widow. Again, I have not seen the movie yet.
You want to hear a Vanity Fair review? Sure. Richard Lawson from Vanity Fair. Half of Volume 3 is an outright drama, heavy with themes of loss and terror. It's an odd, lumbering patchwork of a film, occasionally fascinating, but otherwise bloated and aimless. What I'm getting from that is that there's multiple themes in the movie, and they're patching it together, which is 90% of movies.
And it's the finale, which is what you're supposed to do for the finale.
It's not like they were sitting here like making the trailer seem fun. No, this has not seemed like a fun movie.
No. And we can get into like our predictions for it in a little bit. But again, we haven't seen the movie yet, so these guys could be valid. However, I just would not trust these reviews. At least I don't think. Yeah, man. If you guys have seen the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, if you guys have watched any movie reviews on YouTube, let us know what you think down below. How excited are you for Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I'm really excited. I'm watching videos on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 every single day, to be honest. I feel like such a nerd doing so. All right. You ready to move on for the next one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, Margot Robbie has been offered the role of Sue Storm, and this is coming from Daniel RPK. He's an insider for Marvel. For Fantastic Four, Margot Robbie. If you don't know who Margot Robbie has been in The Wolf of Wall Street. She's been in Focus with Will Smith. She's obviously Harley Quinn in the DCEU. We don't know if she's going to be Harley Quinn moving forward, but she was Harley Quinn. And I'm missing one big one. Barbie. She's fucking Barbie. So, huge actress. How do you think, first of all, what do you think of Margot Robbie just being offered the role?
Well, I think Marvel is smart to get as big names as possible because they do their research well, I assume, but a big name is still a big name, especially one that's good at acting. So I think she'll do fine. I don't imagine Sue Storm is, from what I remember, not like the deepest, like twisted character.
Yeah.
It's not like she's not like fucking Batman.
Watch your words there, though. The deepest character.
Yeah,
you're gonna offend some people. Yeah. So here's why I think that Marvel is smart for getting, at least trying to get big names. Fantastic Four has not been done correctly in a very long time. Actually, ever, really. I love the first Fantastic Four. Well, not the first one. The 2005 Fantastic Four. I love that movie. It's like, with Chris Evans as Human Torch. I love that iteration of Reed, Jessica Alba. So I think that those movies. I think
that was in my ear.
Sorry. I think those movies are really fun. However, they did do Galactus as a cloud. So they didn't do everything correctly. The MCU has been going on since 2008, and the Fantastic Four are arguably one of the biggest teams and one of the biggest parts of the Marvel Universe in the comics and in like animated shows, and it should be in the MCU. So they have to knock this out of the park. They are very smart for trying to get an A-list actor like Margot Robbie, and From earlier reports, Adam Driver was also offered the role of Reed Richards, and Paul Mescal, which this came out yesterday. Paul Mescal, if he's going to be in the upcoming Gladiator 2, and he was just nominated for Best Actor in Aftersun. He has been offered the role of Johnny Storm. Now, those two aside, who would you want to play the Thing?
The Thing?
Yeah.
I think it was you that mentioned this name, and I never saw it before.
Mm-hmm.
Could never really think of someone to play the Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel, yeah.
You think you told me that? And that one, size, like, dude's pretty tall.
Like 6'6", bro.
Yeah, he could definitely bulk up. But acting, like, we've watched what he's in. Fucker was acting in a movie with Muppets in him.
Right.
So, like, I'm sure he could play it. It'll be a little different from what he's done because Thing is a comedic character, but also has the serious moments.
Yeah, and recently I just watched Shrinking on Apple TV. He shows a lot of emotion in that show. He's super funny, but also the show is about a therapist going through problems with his widow, right? And he's just trying to reconnect with his daughter and stuff. So he does a lot of really good acting there. I'm trying to think of other movies that he's been in that he did like really, really well in. He's definitely really good in romantic comedies. He's been in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's hilarious. And he's also been in 5 Year Engagement. So I feel like that guy can really, really play him well. But yeah, this cast right now, Margot Robbie, Adam Driver, and Paul Mescal, they've been offered the role. Nothing is guaranteed, but they've been offered the roles. For you, though, who would be your dream cast for the Fantastic Four?
I've gone as deep as also fan casting Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, and Galactus.
Okay.
For Reed, this is a personal one for me, just because it'd be cool to see. It doesn't have to be this person if you don't like it. I don't give a shit.
Damn.
Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny, he plays Dennis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like him. I like him.
I think I've told you enough that horror movie and comedies for me, those actors can translate to other movies a lot easier than normal actors can translate to comedy or horror. So if you've never watched Always Sunny, it's like fucking pretty raunchy comedy, and it doesn't really serious like that. Mm-hmm. So it's cool. It'd be cool to see him switch it up, and also be cool to see someone take that type of take on Reed. Mm-hmm. For Susan Storm, Lily James, I think her range of acting is really good, especially if you've watched the Pamela Anderson biopic. Right. She was really fucking good in that, and I think she takes you could tell she takes like, how do I explain this? Takes a serious like. Well, I can't remember the words right now. She takes her role seriously. That sucks to say. Okay. So yeah, she like studies up on shit. She definitely tries her hardest. For Johnny, this is actually Chris's idea. Rudy Pankow. I watched some of the Outer Banks stuff. Outer Banks. He's pretty good. I wouldn't mind Paul Mescal either, though. And I know you want Zac Efron.
That's okay. Yeah, you're spoiling my fucking fan cast for a little bit. And then Jason Segel.
Jason Segel is the only really person I think I can see. But for Silver Surfer, I've seen this one and I can't unsee it now. Rami Malek. Okay. For Doctor Doom, I have two people, and one's a personal one for me because I want Doctor Doom to be a menacing, like, terrifying character, because he is one of the main villains. David Dastmalchian.
Where's he from?
He plays Polka Dot Man in Suicide Squad.
Really?
Yes.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Him or Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, that'd also be
especially
good.
If we're doing an older, like.
And that's what from the rumors. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah. Apparently, in the new Fantastic Four movie, they're already going to be married. They're already going to have kids, so they're going to be a little bit older. Okay.
And then lastly, for Galactus, I've seen the Antonio Banderas rumors. I don't know how that would be, but I wouldn't mind it. He's a very, very, very experienced actor. But you have James Earl Jones sitting right there.
Well, I didn't even think of that.
Like, the voice.
Yeah.
He voiced Darth Vader for the fucking longest time. Voice, acting ability, and he's a pretty tall dude.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Galactus is not going to be someone that you have to like look the part for, you know?
But he's a fucking giant. Like, you don't need to look like him.
Yeah, but Josh Brolin is also 5'8", and he played Thanos.
Yeah.
So motion capture does magic for people.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, and this is gonna sound pretty like basic, but I've been wanting these people in the MCU, number one, and as these people since 2019, since the rumors started. So for Mr. Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, I still want John Krasinski. I still want him because number one, I think that in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that was a different universe, so I can kind of forgive how he was. Plus it was a little cameo, it was for fun. But I still want him. That's what she said. I still want him as as Reed. He's a great actor. He has directing chops, so he knows how to bring emotion to a character. If you watched A Quiet Place, he brought emotion to a character that barely even talks in the movie, and he's just hella funny. I can definitely see Jim, right, is his name on The Office. I could definitely see him being the smartest person in the world, right? So but next for Sue Storm, I would bring in his wife, Emily Blunt. And that's pretty obvious, She works great, though. I loved her in A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. And she's also been in, I just mentioned it, The 5-Year Engagement with Jason Segel. And we'll go straight into Jason Segel, actually, or The Thing. I'll do Jason Segel, but there was another one that I wanted really badly. But Jason Segel, he has the comedy. He can act off shrinking, like I said. Hyder mentioned it already. Zac Efron for Johnny Storm. This is my fan cast, okay? Not Zac Efron now, but give me Zac Efron in like 2014 or like 2011. Give me that version of Zac Efron. I don't want. Never. I'm not even gonna say that. I want 17 again, Zac Efron. That's my fan cast. I didn't do the Doctor Doom stuff. They can honestly just get anybody, but honestly, I think maybe
you can't.
Yeah, you can. I think you can even do like Adam Driver. That's someone, but I don't want to see Adam Driver in another menacing role. Yeah, because he was already Kylo Ren, and I don't know. I feel like I would just be picturing Kylo Ren the entire time. But yeah, man, I've heard people talk about Keanu Reeves as Silver Surfer, which is just an odd pick to me.
A younger Keanu Reeves would have made sense to me, but
yeah, I don't know I don't know about that one. But yeah, that's our fan casts for the Fantastic Four. There has been it's really terrible right now for rumors and stuff, because you remember the rumors of like Diego Luna being fan cast or being in talks for Reed, and then Glenn Howerton, and then Penn Badgley, and then you also had other people like I don't know, man. Jodie Comer was in talks. Like I feel like they're just making up these rumors right now and then throwing them out there and seeing what sticks. But our Fantastic Four, as we know it right now, has Adam Driver, Paul Mescal, Margot Robbie, and I will mention this. I didn't know if I was going to mention this or not. Did you hear about this? The Thing?
No. Mila Kunis?
They're thinking about bringing in Mila Kunis to play the Thing.
I'm pretty sure she tweeted and denied that.
Yeah. But then again, I think it's still worth talking about. I'd be pretty pissed if the Thing was Mila Kunis, because all I would think about is Meg from Family Guy.
Yeah, I know what episode you're talking about.
So, I really hope they don't do that, and they're probably not. Mila Kunis has come out and said, "Yeah, no, I'm not playing Sue Storm." She didn't say anything about the Thing. She said, "I'm not playing Sue Storm." So let's just cross our fingers.
She said she knows who is, though.
Yeah. So, because she is, she's good friends with the director Matt Shackman. So, They were spotted at lunch or something a couple months back, and that's where the rumors started that she was going to be playing Sue Storm. But yeah, man, I really hope they don't do that. I'd honestly be pissed. You have one chance to do the Fantastic Four correctly in the MCU.
Yeah.
Please get it right, because we've been waiting so long. Okay. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section. We're going to move on here. The next story that we got, Pedro Pascal. Obviously, he is the Mandalorian. He's also in The Last of Us. He has joined the cast of Gladiator 2. He joins Paul Mescal, as we just talked about, Denzel Washington, Joseph Quinn, and if you guys don't know that name, he's from Stranger Things Season 4. He played Eddie, and Barry Keoghan. So, Hyder, I never watched the first Gladiator, so I don't really know where my anticipation level is for it, but how about you?
It's a really good movie. The original Gladiator. It's one of my dad's favorites, so I've watched it like at least say 5-6 times.
Mm-hmm.
This though, in my opinion, besides Joaquin Phoenix and Gerard Butler,
mm-hmm.
yeah, they were in the first one. This has way better acting.
I think it's Russell Crowe.
It's Russell Crowe. You're right. Yeah. That's what I remember. I was like, it's not Gerard Butler. They look the same.
I know, bro. It pissed me off. Yeah.
They act in the same type of movies. That's besides the point. I think it should be a better movie just based on the scope of actors they have now. Also, Pedro Pascal, he is a lot older than he was when he was casted in Game of Thrones, has like hand-to-hand combat like down. He played one of the like most agile like warriors in all of Game of Thrones, and he almost kills like one of the best people. Spoiler, almost. But so yeah, it should be pretty good. All of the people that they've casted so far, besides Joseph Quinn, even though he is really good in Stranger Things, have some obvious good acting ability. Joseph Quinn could still do well. I just don't know how well he will do in a movie versus a show.
We talked about it a little bit last week when we were talking about Dumb Money and ensemble casts. Mm-hmm. This is one of those ensemble casts that I think is like the perfect amount of stars and like really good actors. Because what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Really like 4 or 5 huge roles in that movie. You can definitely give 5 people, 5 actors, 5 characters really good screen time, excuse me. And for something like Dumb Money and for like Don't Look Up, where it's just a huge list of like names for sure, but it's like 15 people. Yeah, this is a completely different thing. And as far as my anticipation level goes, I definitely want to watch the original movie now. I know that, spoiler, I know that how it ends. So I would be interested in seeing what they do next. But apparently Ridley Scott has come out and said that Gladiator 2 is following the son of the main character in Gladiator. So, and he's going to be played by Paul Mescal. So, yeah, I'm definitely very interested. I don't know a lot of Paul Mescal's work. I haven't watched him in a lot, but apparently he's going to be Johnny Storm. Apparently he's going to be the son of the main character from Gladiator. Denzel, the Equalizer's in there. Joseph Quinn, he's from Stranger Things. I really do like Joseph Quinn a lot. He was one of my favorite characters out of season 4. And then Barry Keoghan, he's the Joker. He's forget his name from fucking Eternals, but he's that guy. And he was also in Druid. And he was also in Banshees of Inisherin. You got a really good cast, you got a really good director, and now you add Pedro Pascal, which is fantastic. He's everywhere right now, and rightfully so. So, I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Guess we'll just have to see how the movie comes out.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to go straight to a sponsor of this episode. I don't know. We don't have a sponsor. Soon. Very fucking soon. We don't have a sponsor yet. But, yeah, that's all the movie news we got for you. Hopefully you guys, got a little bit more updated on stuff happening in the industry. That's why we like talking about this stuff. All right, man. So, now we're going to move into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the movie of the week. As we stated earlier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out within the next 3 days. And I'm going to be watching it on May 4th at 6:20 p.m. in Theater 10.
Can you stop flexing on me, please?
So, we already reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. a couple weeks back. And we're going to pick it up here with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which, in my opinion, is the better film. And I love this movie because of the way it handles its characters and its story. Like I said in the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 review, James Gunn just knows these characters, and he knows the emotions behind them, and he knows exactly where these characters' arcs should go. And Volume 2 just picks up right where Volume 1 left off, and just makes it, in my opinion, makes it more compelling. It's definitely less action, but there's more things that they do with the characters. For example, you got Peter Quill. He's still reeling on Gamora, right? And he's trying to make sure that him and Gamora know about this, what they say in the movie, this unspoken thing. And he's trying to profess his love to her, and he's still trying to learn where he fits in the universe. And then he meets his father, and that's the whole storyline right there. I want to go over to you real quick. So how do you think this movie ranks with the Guardians duo right now, the two movies?
I think it's the same way as the John Wick movies.
It just gets better.
They just get better. They like the. It's different than what other directors do, where they like coast on the success of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn, Chad Stahelski, they build off of their last movie, and I think that's what this one does, in like almost every aspect, besides one. But I'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, man. So this movie came out in 2017, and I think that it's one of the most beautiful looking Marvel movies to date. The cinematography is crazy, and I'm colorblind, but the colors in this movie pop a lot. And I think that this soundtrack is 100 times better than the first soundtrack. And the first soundtrack was fantastic, but I have like the Volume 2 soundtrack on repeat all the time. That opening scene is beautiful. Number one with Kurt Russell and Peter's mom, right? That opening scene was really cool. It set up, the later in the movie. But then the opening scene with the Guardians and little baby Groot dancing to Mr. Blue Sky, that's one of the most beautiful fucking things I've ever seen. And it just set the tone perfectly. This movie, speaking of tone, this movie is definitely more of a comedy. Guardians introduced that kind of comedic tone, less of the more Iron Man comedy and more of like a, not slapstick, but, just dialogue heavy comedy. And it almost seemed kind of like a sitcom, space opera. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 definitely doubled down on it. This movie has, some people saying that it's too jokey and too non-serious, but I don't think that way at all. I think that this movie is perfect because, number one, it's a weird concept. Peter's father is a planet. Yeah, it's a weird concept. So I think that James Gunn balanced the tone perfectly, and even at that, with all the comedy, all of the stuff with his dad and the relationship with his dad, and the relationship that he has with his dad because he, spoiler, killed his mom. All of that is super prominent in the movie. And I didn't even get to talk about the Yondu stuff because the Yondu stuff makes me cry every single time. And James Gunn has even said that Guardians 2 is definitely about fathers and bad dads. So what do you think? What are some of your pros of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
For me, this movie, the pros heavily outweigh the cons.
Right.
First things first is it's another fun movie, like you were saying. It's definitely a comedy. Back to what we were saying earlier, this is one of the first ones you see with a darker theme. Because all the comedy is hidden by the fact that this man just murdered his mother.
Yeah.
And he was like so casual about it. That's why everyone forgets is how casually he just let it go.
Yeah. And I hated to put that tumor in your mom's head.
And it was like, and then you see the whole like dynamic change. He's just like, what?
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, I like when movies don't shy away from color grading, like making the shit bright blues, bright pinks. A lot of movies shy away from that, especially on Marvel movies. They like the darker red, black colored themes. That special effects and CGI in this movie are in the top 3, I think, for a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
for sure. Specifically for me, the scenes where spoiler if you haven't watched the movie. I don't know why you haven't watched it yet. Ego's like dying. Yondu's funeral. Those scenes were beautiful.
Oh, dude, Yondu's funeral gets me every single time.
To me, like you were saying earlier, they definitely took a deeper approach to the soundtrack for this movie. Not just focusing on the fact that Peter obviously loves music, but when to place a song. And Noah talks about it a lot, but for Yondu's funeral, playing Father and Son.
Father and Son. It's become one of my favorite fucking songs of all time just because of that scene.
Like little details like that. Like the whole theme of the whole one of the themes of the movies was his relationship with both Ego and Yondu, because those are both his fathers.
Yeah, and like it's also like Peter didn't even notice that Yondu was his father. Yeah, until he died, and he finally realized it before it was too late. He finally realized that his true father was Yondu the entire time. And he spent all this time looking for his dad. And there's one line at the very end before I think Yondu dies. Some like, he might be your father, but he ain't your daddy. Yeah. Literally, that's the entirety of the movie right there. And it just goes to show how good of a writer James Gunn is. And
then I said it earlier, but James Gunn, a lot of directors have an issue with this, is writing the success off the first movie and making the second movie not as good as one movie. He built a completely different story. It was a different story completely from the first one. It's not the same story. It involves different characters, a new villain, using older villains and switching them to heroes. Like he pulled Nebula and Yondu back into the story and changed how everybody thought about them. Yeah. Involving characters like Mantis and Ego. Mantis, you don't know what her story is at first, and ends up becoming one of the team. And then obviously Ego. And then using actors like Kurt Russell. He is he is a Hollywood legend at this point. Him being Kurt Russell did not take away from the story at all. It was just Kurt Russell playing Ego.
And James Gunn, he definitely planted the seeds of where he wanted to go for the sequel back in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. At the very end of that movie, one of the Nova Corps officers say, what's your heritage? We looked at your DNA. You have like something special about you. And that was it. So they're obviously picking up on that. And I think they do a really good job at introducing that storyline because, again, like I said, this plot is weird. It's a very weird movie. There's a couple scenes in this where he finds out that he has powers and he turns himself into a huge Pac-Man, right? So it's a very weird and a very out there concept. But at the heart of it is the story of Peter and his dad. Now, who's his dad? That's what you find out during the movie. But I think that is what the main theme is. And something that I love about the movie also is the way that they split characters up. Normally, I don't like this. For example, Star Wars, The Last Jedi. I don't like when the main characters get separated from all the other supporting characters because at that point, they're not supporting characters. They're basically in their own storyline. However, in the very beginning, we see that this like team, they're a family and they bicker. So Rocket is bickering with Peter the entire time. And you kind of have them like, butting heads the entire time that they're doing a mission. And that gets to them, They get into some trouble because Rocket stole some batteries, some Annulax batteries, some Arbulary batteries. And it starts to kind of have them just get mad at each other, really. And that's when they split up because 3 of them want to go with Peter's dad, with Ego. And the other 3 are going to stay and fix the ship. But I think that for the way that they do it and the way that they set up that storyline of them all coming back together, like at the end of the movie, I think that was a good way to handle them separating the entire movie because they're separated for like a good hour and then they finally start getting back together. So I really love the character interactions with Yondu, Groot, and Rocket. Yondu and Rocket was a pair that I didn't see coming. I love what they do with Nebula in this movie. I think that they, got me interested in Nebula again. She was kind of just some evil, evil sister in the first movie. But in this one, they give her a character. They give her, something to do and something that she's actually fighting for. Why is she so mad all the time? Here's why. Because her dad used to torture her because she wasn't as good as Gamora. And that's just the truth. So a lot of this stuff, man, and they say it, but a lot of this stuff has to do with like the family dynamics of it. Rocket just being, he didn't ask to be made like that. And at the very end, when he's watching all the fireworks and stuff, it's just a beautiful movie. And I think that I really don't have a lot of problems with it. What about you? Do you have any problems with the movie?
Not really problems, but just like little things that I wish would have been tweaked. Mm-hmm. For me, the only thing that pulled away from the characters is how hard they were pushing the two new characters onto us. Mm-hmm. How like Ego, they obviously had to fit Ego's entire story into one movie, and it felt like it was like pulling away from the side characters a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like we could have gotten a little bit more of Drax's motivations, a little bit more of Nebula, Yondu, all of that, if they didn't push so much of Ego's story onto us. Yeah. As well as Mantis, because obviously Mantis is going to be moving past this. This is going to be a new character in their team. Also, I didn't like Ego's motivation didn't make sense to me. Yeah,
it was a little weird. I mean, Marvel has always had like a villain problem. I think the best villains that they've had is probably like Killmonger and Thanos, and maybe Loki. Other than that, man, that's like 3 out of 35 movies, and now Kang. But yeah, they've always had like a villain problem.
Yeah, so had they just like changed it to an actual reason and not just I just felt like doing it.
Yeah. Just a powerful ass dude.
Which is really weird because that's typically what I like villains as. I like them being really like menacing. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I killed this person because I can kill this person and you can't stop me. But it was more just like I had nothing else to do. Yeah. So I just fucking killed your mom.
I don't know.
So I feel like he would have been, had they chosen a different goal, it would have been easier to hate him. Mm-hmm. Because they chose Kurt Russell, and he's like one of the most charming people in like Hollywood, and he's gonna play that role that same way.
I think that was like on purpose too. Yeah, like they wanted to misdirect.
Like throw you off, and I didn't know who the villain was gonna be, but when the switch happens and he says the whole tumor line, it was a good choice to do that. But I feel like had they changed his motivation, it would have upgraded the story a little bit. Yeah. And that's really my only major issue with it. Everything else was pretty spot on. James Gunn's very good at keeping his stories like linear.
Yeah. I think that they could have done a little bit more with Drax, and they could have done a little bit more with Mantis. But again, I feel like the spotlight wasn't on them, so like they kind of just took the backseat. You do still get a little bit of character development for Drax, particularly with Mantis, and those two work really well together. I watched them in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special as well. So we're probably going to get more of them in Guardians 3. But I think there's really just nothing. I honestly think that this is better than the first one. Not even because it's a well-made movie, better made movie, but just the character work is just, it's perfect. It's literally just perfect to me. And that soundtrack, man, makes me feel things I haven't felt in years. What would you give this movie out of 10?
I can't remember what I gave the last one, but whatever I gave the last movie, a half grade above it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably give this like at a solid 9.5. Yeah. And then Guardians 1 probably like a solid 8.5 to 9. It's so close to me, and hopefully Guardians 3 gets a perfect 10, but we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait 3 more days until I go watch it in Theater 10 at 6:20 p.m. On May 4th. So, that was our review on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let us know all your comments down below. We would love to hear what you guys think of the movie and what you prefer, Volume 1 or Volume 2. That is going to do it for our movie review segment. Let's get right into some movie trivia. We played this last week. It's basically the same thing. I don't have the sound effects on, so sorry. But it's the same thing. Me and Hyde are going to ask each other 5 questions, and whoever wins, man. $45,000. And yeah, $45,000 and a 2014 Honda Civic. Are you ready to play?
Yes, I am. I need that car right now.
All right, let's do it. Do you want to go? You want to rock paper scissors for who goes first?
So uncoordinated. Let's do this. Let's see how
it's on. How do you play it?
You tell me how you do it.
It's 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see. All right. Ready? Rock paper scissors go. All right.
Go ahead.
I want to answer first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just told me to go then.
Well, no, I was just asking because like it's like football. You know, you flip the coin. Yeah, I'll receive.
Right. In order, what are the top 3 highest grossing Marvel films?
In order?
Yes.
Okay. Endgame's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War is number 2.
Okay.
Hold on. It's either No Way Home or Civil War, so don't quote me. Or watch when it's neither. I'm going to say... No, it's not. The original Avengers.
Fuck. You got it. Okay. Yeah, it goes 3, 2, 1.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Dude, I missed that. Fuck.
You said Civil War. I got so happy. I was like,
No, bro.
thinking about the wrong one.
Okay, let's see. Where did I put my questions? Hold on.
All right, I'm willing.
Okay. What was the Scream movie originally called?
The Babysitter Killers, or something like that.
Final answer?
Yes.
No. The original... I don't know why I looked in the camera. The original Scream movie was called Scary Movie.
Oh, fucking dumbass.
And that's why the Wayans brothers chose Scary Movie to call it, because they parodied Scream.
They parodied Scream.
Yeah.
I think that was Halloween. That was
it must have been, yeah. Because I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the richest Marvel hero?
I feel like this is a trick question. Like alive?
What do you mean? Like
he's like the richest Marvel hero alive right now?
No, just in general. Who is the richest Marvel hero?
Oh. Again, I still feel like this is a trick question though. I'm gonna be pit. Tony Stark?
No.
All right.
Black Panther.
I wish that I would just get like maybe a final answer, but you know that's
no. You don't get that from me.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
1 for 2 and 0 for 1.
What's their net worth? Look up their net worth.
500 billion, 12 billion.
But is that 500 billion Wakandan dollars? Because there's difference.
It just has 500 billion.
I know. Foreign exchange though.
Let me do this. Okay, since you have to know.
This fucking guy, bro.
I'll give it to you if you were right. So it just says $500 billion. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't tell me what dollars.
All right, fine, whatever. All right, I'm 1 for 2.
There you go. He fucks him.
Damn, bro. All right, I'm 1 for 2. Hyder is 0 for 1.
I'm probably gonna go over 5.
All right, this is more, my area, but I feel like all movie fans should know this. In Back to the Future, what speed does the DeLorean have to reach to time travel?
Oh, fuck me. 80 miles.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Final answer?
Yes.
I'm going to give you one more chance.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's 88 miles.
Okay.
88 miles per hour.
I've definitely watched this movie, but you guys don't know this. He knows this. I watched it in German.
Yeah. Damn, this is going to be an easy ass dub for me. I'm not going to lie to you. 0 for 2. Hyder is 0 for 2. I am 1 for 2. We got 3 more questions left.
I've definitely used movies that I think you have watched, and one that is more down my lane than yours.
I'm using public knowledge.
Yes, I'm using what I thought I would think is public knowledge.
Okay.
In Scott Pilgrim, Brie Larson sings a song. What is the name of that song?
Black Sheep. No, wait. Yeah, Black Sheep by Metro. Yeah, but it's Brie Larson. Look it up.
It's metric, but yeah.
Our metric?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you're 2 for 3, and I'm 0 for 2.
I feel like you got to give me harder questions, bro. You're asking me shit that I know.
Yeah, that's why I said my bad. I'm trying to cater it. I'm not trying to make you go 0 for fucking 6. I could do that.
Okay.
Let me just use Star Wars knowledge.
All right. Okay, let's see. Do you know what a twin movie is? It's when two different studios make a movie roughly about the same subject. That comes out in the same year. Yeah. Okay. So there was a twin movie that came out in 2013. Two twin movies, excuse me. One of them starring Gerard Butler, and the other starring Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx. What were those movies? You don't have to give me a title or anything. Just give me the premise, because it's
Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx.
Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx are in one movie, and then Gerard Butler's in the other.
Fuck, fine. Now I'm gonna guess Magic Mike. It's about strippers.
No. Okay, I'll give you a hint. This is kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's a twin movie that came out in 2013. One of them got one movie, and the Gerard Butler ones got 3 movies. And it came out in the theater. Remember? I know you remember. You remember.
No, you're gonna tell me the name of the movie, and I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah.
And then I would have lost this game.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I can give you another hint.
Yeah, another hint. This is my last hint.
Okay. Another hint. It has something to do with a place being overtaken.
Oh. It is Jamie Foxx. You're right. That's weird.
Yeah. It's weird, huh?
Yeah. It has to do with so one of them is White House Down. That's the one chasing Channing Tatum, and then Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, there you go.
And then there's
good job.
There's what's it called? Eagle Has Fallen or something like that?
It's like
Angel Has Fallen.
London Has Fallen and Angel Has Fallen was the dramatic trilogy blockbusting end.
Blockbusting.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna get the actual title of it. That's good for you, man. Good for you. You've been doing your homework. But yeah, that is a twin movie. And can you name any, like, off the top of your head?
That came out in the same year together?
Like same year, almost same premise. I know that they do, like, let's see.
I don't know if they came out in the same year, but weren't like Star Trek and Star Wars like fighting at one point? They're not the same premise, but like they're both sci-fi, like having to do with space shit.
Possibly.
I don't know. I know that the comics there's a lot of like twin shit. Mm-hmm. Especially like there's legit like a few years later they'll just make the same hero, but on Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
All right, is it my turn?
Yes.
I feel like you're gonna get this one now.
Okay. Just shoot.
Looking at it, it's a lot easier than I thought it was.
All right, just shoot. You want to take some time? Do a different question?
No. Sure? What is the name of the bar in Roadhouse?
Ooh, that's a good one because we fucking hated that movie.
But you fell asleep during the fucking movie.
Yeah. Shit. That's a good one. Roadhouse. Fuck. I don't know why this is on my. I'm not gonna. O'Malley's.
Final answer. Do you want a hint?
All right, give me a hint.
I just want to give you a hint for it.
I'll take a fucking hint.
We said it should have just been named this. We said that should have been the name of the movie.
Can I get a different hint?
It's 2 names. It's 2 words.
All right, yeah, I don't know. O'Malley's final answer.
All right, it's Double Deuce.
Damn. You're right.
Yeah, we said there should have just been named that.
I just went to Double Deuce.
Fuck, you did?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Actually,
wait, I have 1 now, right? And you have 2 for you're 2 for 4, and I'm 1 for
4.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Right? Or are you 1 for 3?
I'm 1 for 3. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm.
Yeah, because you have 1 question left. Okay, yeah. I should have 2 questions left.
I'm 2 for 4.
Can't count, guys.
What do astronauts travel through to find a new planet in Interstellar?
Oh fuck. I've watched this movie 1 time, and I didn't like it.
You want a different question then? I'll give you.
I'm gonna guess. I don't give a shit. A wormhole.
Final answer?
Yes.
That's correct, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
It seemed like the typical like.
Yeah, wormhole. I thought you were gonna say black hole.
Yeah.
For a second.
But they would die, wouldn't they, or some shit like that?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes, you are correct.
All right.
Wow. that I need to choose different. Okay. All right.
Last question.
We're both 2 for 4?
2 for 4.
Oh,
This is
shit.
your last question. I feel like this is an easy question because it's a 50-50 chance right here. I'm going to do an over-under for you.
Okay.
Over or under 6, how many different James Bonds have we had? I don't think you can remember all of
Over.
them. Over?
Over.
Final answer?
Final answer.
7. Fucking bitch. Who were the last 2?
Last 2 were Daniel Craig, and then the last one before that was not Richard Pryor. That's not the fuck.
Richard Pryor, the comedian?
No, not Richard Pryor. Not Richard Pryor. I don't fucking know.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Dr. Fate. Yeah. All right. Well, shit, man.
Last question. What's the plot? Fucking 1950 silent film. Like,
Okay. In the film Lawrence of Arabia. No, I'm just kidding. I've never seen that fucking movie. Okay, so this famous actor has been in a movie based on the Boston Marathon bombing, and
oh fuck.
also has
Mark Wahlberg. I remember I made fun of this movie. That's why.
You didn't even let me finish.
It's Mark Wahlberg, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it. He's also a fucking. He's in the Funky Bunch. God damn.
Is that
all
when he
right.
plays the cop?
Yeah, fucking Patriots Day.
Yeah.
Oh god, so stupid.
I remember seeing that and I was like, what the fuck? Isn't he a racist?
Anyway.
Yeah, you better not be running down the street behind Mark Wahlberg. That's all I gotta say.
Well, fuck, we're tied.
All right, now we gotta start pulling them off the top.
Ooh.
This movie, starring, I'm not gonna say the main actor. I'll say 2 of the other actors though. It's a spinoff of one of the biggest franchises ever. Has Idris Elba and Vanessa Kirby in it. What is the name of that movie?
Hobbs and Shaw. Fast and Furious prevents Hobbs and Shaw. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. I was gonna say Jason Statham and The Rock.
Yeah.
I've been giving it away immediately.
Pretty shit question there.
I didn't know what to fucking say. I could have been like, hey, what is the John Wick movie that came out that year?
The actress who plays Black Widow stars in this movie, directed by the same person. This is an easy ass question too. The same person who directed Thor Ragnarok.
Is it Jojo Rabbit?
What?
Jojo Rabbit?
Final answer?
Wait, who directed? Isn't that Taika Waititi that directed that movie?
Which movie are you talking about?
Wait, which movie are you talking about right now?
Thor Ragnarok. Director of Thor Ragnarok. Who plays Black Widow also stars in this movie. Came out in 2019.
Marriage Story? I don't know.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yes. You win, didn't you?
I'm gonna give you one more chance to think about it. Just think about
fucking
it.
Jojo Rabbit.
Huh?
Is it fucking Jojo Rabbit?
Think about it. Just think.
I don't think.
Okay.
I know.
So final answer then?
Jojo Rabbit. I switched it.
Oh, you're switching.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I just remember he directed it and he
Wow.
was fucking Hitler in that movie.
Yeah.
I just remember that right now.
Fuck, that's correct. I should have just fucking cut it off right there.
Yeah, you should have.
When you said
You were
Marriage
too
Story.
nice.
Shit. All right.
I remember seeing the trailer for Jojo Rabbit and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, Taika Waititi as Hitler.
Isn't
One
he
of the greatest
Jewish?
things I've ever seen. Yeah, that's what makes it fucking hilarious. All right. That was a dumb question. I thought you were going to
Yeah.
get it right.
I
And
did.
then you got it wrong. And then I gave you a second chance. And then you got it right.
All right.
Want to keep going? Let's switch it up. Let's go. MCU questions.
MCU questions?
Yeah. MCU questions. And these are probably going to be easier, so we'll go best out of 3
Okay.
each.
Best out of 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Each. Off the top. Fuck it. Off the top.
Oh, shit. All
Off
right.
the top. Fuck it. Damn.
All right, you can go first though.
Okay.
I tend to think I'm not a fast person.
In Captain America: Civil War, Spider-Man gets introduced. Peter Parker tells Tony Stark, that he had a test that day. What subject was his test on?
Science.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Wrong. It was algebra.
See, I didn't
Algebra
know.
test.
I didn't know.
Nailed
All right,
it.
let's go. I gotta remember the guy's name.
Bro said, "Let's go."
Sorry, I forgot the dude's name. You know how you do that.
That's fine, bro. You're good. Whatever. Just waste our fucking our viewers' valuable time.
Fuck's his name?
Y'all fuck with the shirt.
Shout out Mariana.
Shout out Mariana. Y'all fuck with the
Have
shirt.
fun
I
in
know you fuck
Texas.
with it.
Oh, okay. See, I was like certain up Martin.
But G thing.
I kept saying his name was Martin Short. It's Martin Freeman. All right. In Black Panther,
Martin
Freeman's character,
Okay.
Everett Ross, gets injured.
Okay.
And before when he appears for counsel, M'Baku calls him a name. What name does he call him?
Black Panther 1?
Yes.
Oh. Cut that.
Cut that part out.
I don't know. White Wolf.
No. He says he calls him a colonizer. Remember?
Fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I should have knew that. Damn. All right. Well, damn. This is hard. Okay. In The Incredible Hulk.
Which one?
2008.
That's Edward Norton,
Yes,
right?
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, sorry.
The title of the movie, Incredible Hulk.
I know. You said which one out of instinct.
In The Incredible Hulk.
Okay. You just said a movie.
Hold on. Fuck. I'm still thinking of the question. In The Incredible Hulk. Why is your mic so close to your face?
I'm prepared to answer.
In The Incredible Hulk, Stan Lee makes a cameo. What happens?
He dies like 10 years later. I don't know, man. I really don't. Is he selling like hot dogs or something?
No.
Nah, to my final answer, he's selling hot dogs.
I just said that was no. You want that to be your final answer?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Okay, well that's wrong.
What does he do?
He takes a drink out of the fridge, and before that, you see Edward Norton accidentally drop blood into. He's working at a Coke factory, like not cocaine, Coca-Cola bottling, like soda factory. He gets in there. Stan Lee is the one who drinks that, and he dies from gamma radiation. So you were kind of right.
Yeah, he dies 10 years later.
He dies, yeah.
He does die. That's true.
This is very true. Okay, so fuck, you're 0 for 2.
All right. In Spider-Man 3,
Spider-Man.
the original, trilogy.
Yes. The title of the movie. Yeah.
Yes. Eddie Brock goes to church and prays. What does he pray for?
To kill Peter Parker. Peter Parker.
Say the line.
Hold on, give me a second.
Let me search the line up so I can get it word for word. I'm pretty sure I have it memorized.
How far do you want me to say the line?
Just the base
iconic
line,
right?
like the iconic line. That number one hater line.
Okay. Do you got it?
Go ahead.
I want you to kill Peter Parker. Why can't I say Peter Parker quickly? Hold on. I want you to kill Peter Parker.
Exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah. You got it correct. Now it's on me.
All right, man. In the movie Logan, we follow Logan. Find out that he has a daughter. What is his daughter's name?
Oh shit.
And let me look up the answer real quick. just to be.
His daughter's name,
sure.
like the actual name or like the project name?
Either one.
Oh, X-23.
Okay. I should have said the first.
Yeah. I don't remember her actual name.
What's her actual name?
Ah, it's too late for that. It's too late for that. Is it X-23 though?
Yeah, it's X-23 for sure. You're 1 for 3. I'm 1 for 2, right?
Yes, this is
Okay. So if I get this
right, you win.
okay.
All right. What's Vulture's real name in Spider-Man: Homecoming? I'm using actual trivia. I don't give a fuck anymore.
In Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yeah. You can give me his last name or his full name, but I want last
That's
name.
really
involved.
hard, Adrian Toombs. That's really fucking hard. I can't. Adrian Toombs.
You're a dirty bitch.
Final answer, Adrian Toombs.
You're a dirty fucking slut.
Dude, you gave me a fucking Spider-Man question. Of course I was going to get it correct.
You thought I wasn't going to understand X-23? I know numbers.
Well, all right. I don't know. Okay. Well,
All right, guys.
Yeah, that was the end of trivia.
You gotta play some serious tense music for that scene.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for sending us questions to the one person who did. We'll answer your question next week when we have more questions. I'm sorry. But thank you for your participation. And everybody else, fuck you. We appreciate you guys listening. You guys can follow us everywhere on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and now YouTube. Make sure you subscribe so you guys be updated every single time we post. We post every single week. You can follow us on TikTok now. Made a TikTok.
I'll never say that shit again.
We got a TikTok now. I'll be posting clips and stuff of the podcast there, so you guys can go show some support, ask questions, do whatever. Got an Instagram also, Playback Podcast. You guys can find everything down below in the description. That's all for today. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Noah, here with Hyder.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see you later, and be safe.